WP Rocket is one of the best and most powerful WordPress optimization plugins to improve site performance and speed. This plugin is provided in the premium version and is completely a commercial plugin. The settings of this plugin are very simple, and this feature distinguishes WP Rocket from other similar plugins. In this video from Nitro SEO, we will teach you how to install and configure it. Before going into details, I recommend that if you are new to the Nitro SEO YouTube channel, subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications. Learn how to install the WordPress Rocket plugin. 1. Select Add New from the Plugins section. 2. Select and upload the plugin zip file by selecting the Upload plugin option. And 3. After installation and activation, you will see WP Rocket in your list of plugins. A new submenu will also be added in the WordPress settings section. WP Rocket Setting Tutorial. In the WordPress sidebar, click on Settings and then the WP Rocket submenu to be taken to the plugin settings page. Most sites will see improvements in their site performance as soon as the Rocket plugin is activated. To check the improvement of your site performance before and after activating the plugin, visit one of the site analysis addresses such as GTmetrix and see the changes with your own eyes. Note that after activating the plugin, you need to activate the WP Rocket's Preload cache option. In the following, we will explain each setting. 1. Plugin Dashboard tab for General Settings. This plugin contains several tabs, each related to the settings of a part of the plugin. On the Dashboards page, as you can see, there are several options. My Account. Select the View My Accounts option to go to your WP Rocket account on the developer website. Rocket CDN. Selecting the Get Rocket CDN option will take you to the CDN tab. My Status includes two options, Rocket Tester and Rocket Analytics, which can be activated to test the effect of the Rocket plugin on improving site speed. Getting Started. This option provides you with a video tutorial on working with the WP Rocket plugin. Frequently Asked Questions. You can see the frequently asked questions about the plugin in this section, and if necessary, use the Ask Support option at the bottom of the page to get support. Quick Actions. The three options Clear Cache, Preload Cache, and Purge Up Cache are used to clear the cache, activate the preload cache, and clear the up cache content, respectively. 2. Site Pages Cache with WP Rocket plugin. In the Cache tab, enable the options for caching the site. Each of the options is explained separately. Mobile Cache. In order to activate the cache on the mobile device, enable the Enable Caching for Mobile Device option. By activating this option, you will be able to enable WordPress Cache for mobile. If you're using WP Touch, WP Mobile Detector, VZ App, and WordPress Mobile Pack plugins, I suggest you to skip this option because of the possibility of cache in these plugins. If you have a dedicated plugin or theme for your mobile, enable the Separate Cache File for Mobile Devices option. User Cache. In this section, you can activate the cache of logged-in users by activating the Enable Caching for Logged-in WordPress user option. Cache Lifespan. In this section, you can specify the cache clearing schedule. In this section, you can set time intervals in seconds, minutes, hours, and days so that the plugin will automatically start caching after the specified time. Setting lifespan on 0 means unlimited cache life. 3. Code Optimization in the File Optimization tab of the WP Rocket plugin. The File Optimization tab allows you to shrink files by deleting unnecessary data such as free space. Using this feature, you can compress the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript files of the site and minify it. As you know, the codes in these files have characters of description, space, and etc., which causes the size of these files to increase and the site will not be displayed properly until they are fully loaded. So the feature that the WordPress Rocket plugin will give you is that it eliminates these gaps and flaws in the files, and therefore the site will load faster. Note: when using CSS and JS file compression, make sure the site loads properly. So after saving the changes, view the whole site completely so that all the styles and items designed with JavaScript are displayed correctly to the users. Configure these settings to enable compression. Minify CSS files. Minimize CSS codes. Optimize CSS delivery. Optimize the state of CSS styles. Minify JavaScript files. Shrink JavaScript files. Load JavaScript deferred. Using this feature, you can also select files that are loaded only on specific pages so that the file is loaded for the user only when he enters these pages. After activating the Minify CSS files and Minify JavaScript files options, two boxes named Excluded CSS files and Excluded JavaScript files are displayed, where you can enter the URLs of CSS and JS files that you do not want to compress. 4. Manage WordPress media in the Media tab. In the Media tab, it is recommended to enable the Lazy Load feature for images, frames, and videos. Lazy Load feature prevents images and videos of your site from being displayed until the user scrolls through them. In fact, it improves the loading speed of your website by reducing the amount of content that is to be displayed to the visitor. Lazy Load. Using this feature, you can make sure that the images that are displayed in the site posts are not loaded until the user scrolls to the part of the content where the image is. This means that every time a user scrolls down the browser window and reaches the image used in the text, the desired image is loaded, and the images are not loaded until the mouse pointer or the user's hand reaches the image. So the site loading speed will increase. Lazy Load improves real-time loading and reduces the number of HTTP requests. This section contains two options. 1. Enable for images, enabling Lazy Load feature for images, and 2. Enable for iframe and videos, enabling for frames and videos. Emoji. Instead of downloading an emoji from WordPress, it uses the default browser emoji. Therefore, activating the Disable Emoji option reduces the number of HTTP requests. Embeds. Disable WordPress Embeds option disables the Embeds feature of the site. WebP compatibility. Enable the Enable WebP caching option if you want the WP Rocket plugin to provide WebP images to compatible browsers. Note that the WP Rocket plugin does not create WebP images for you. 5. Preload WordPress links and fonts. In the Preload tab, enable the Preload feature. In this section, you can preload items such as fonts, links, and pages. This will have a significant effect on increasing the speed. Preload cache. When you enable the Preload feature, Rocket starts caching from homepage links. When loading or updating content, the preload is activated automatically and can also be activated manually via the WP Rocket dashboard. Preload links. Link preloading improves the loading time of the page where the user is. Prefetch DNS requests. DNS preload can load external files quickly. Preload fonts. Detects fonts in CSS files with the help of browsers and improves performance. 6. Set special items that you do not want to be cached. In the Advanced Rules tab, specify the items that should not be cached. Never cache URLs. In this section, you can specify which URLs to remove from the cache list. Sensitive pages such as login pages should be removed from the cache list. Never cache cookies. Prevent cookies from being cached. Never cache user agents. Specifies which users should not view cached pages. Always purge URLs. Whenever you update a post or page, it specifies the URLs you want to clear from the cache memory. Cache query strings. Caching query strings lets you cache specific parameters. 7. WordPress database optimization. Database is one of the most important parts in any site. The optimization of this part will have a great impact on the speed of the site and prevent possible problems. Also, backing up the site is easier due to its optimization. In the Database tab, make settings related to cleaning and optimizing the WordPress database. Post cleanup. Post edits and drafts will be deleted forever. Do not use this option if you need to save an edit or draft. This section contains 3 options: revisions, or the posts and tabs waiting to be revised, auto draft or drafts, and trashed posts or deleted posts in the recycle bin. Comments cleanup. Spam comments will be removed forever. This section includes 2 options: spam comment and trashed comment. In fact, the comments in the spam and trash sections will be removed. Transient cleanup. Clears temporary information created by installed plugins from the database. Deleting them is safe and plugins are automatically rebuilt whenever they need this information. This section includes 2 options: expired transients and all transients for managing expired temporary information and all temporary information. Database cleanup reduces additional database tables. Automatic cleanup. With this option, you can automatically set a schedule for the cleanup operation. 8. CDN activation for the site. You must be wondering, what is a Content Delivery Network or CDN? As it is mentioned in the article, what is a CDN and what does it do? With using CDN, you will be able to connect your site to a network of content delivery servers to load and upload data displayed to users from the nearest server based on the user's location. In this case, the site will be available to users more quickly and better. Using the Content Delivery Network in Rocket WordPress plugin, you will also be able to provide all files that will contain items on the CDN network to users, which are all files, images, CSS and JavaScript files, CSS files, and JavaScript files. By selecting any of these options, such files will be loaded through the CDN for the user and the site will be available better and faster. You will need to pay a separate fee to activate the CDN feature in this plugin. Be careful not to check the Enable Content Delivery Network option if you're using another content distribution service such as Cloudflare. The CDN tab consists of 2 parts. Enable Content Delivery Network. In the CDN CNAME section, you can define CNAME records by selecting the Add CNAME option. By activating this option, all the URLs of static JS, CSS, and images files will be overwritten in the CNAMEs you define. Exclude files from CDN. Specifies URLs that should not be provided via CDN. 9. Check the safety and health status of the Rocket plugin. As mentioned at the beginning of this, you may encounter problems due to interference between plugins, Rocket plugin performance, or something like that. It is interesting to note that Rocket WordPress plugin has provided a section to check the health status of the site in connection with this plugin. Through the options provided in the Heartbeat tab, it is possible to check the health of the site in relation to the WP Rocket plugin. For this purpose, activate the Control Heartbeat option. Heartbeat. Reducing or disabling the Heartbeat API can help save some of your server resources. Reduce or disable Heartbeat activity. Disabling this option may cause plugins and templates to malfunction. We suggest you to set the settings for this section by default. 10. WordPress Rocket Plugin Add-ons. As you know, no matter how complete each plugin is, you can still use a number of add-ons to expand its capabilities. The Rocket plugin also has very attractive add-ons, despite the wide range of settings. In the Add-ons tab, it is possible to activate the Rocket plugin plugins according to your needs. One-click Rocket add-ons. Rocket add-ons are an option to extend the capabilities of this add-on without the need for configuration. Rocket add-ons. Extension features of the plugin are considered to increase the capabilities of the plugin. According to these explanations, to activate any of the add-ons provided in this section, just put the add-on status option in front of it in the active state. 11. Compress images in WordPress. The Image Optimization tab, as its name implies, is used to compress images. In this tab, Rocket has introduced the Imagify plugin as the best way to compress images without compromising quality. 12. Ability to import and export WordPress Rocket plugin settings. It is interesting to know that the Rocket plugin has provided a feature so that you can make a backup copy of all your plugin settings. In fact, you can make output from the settings of a plugin and import the same output file into another WordPress. That way, you don't have to implement the entire settings every time. This feature is very useful for site designers and developers who implement multiple plugins for multiple sites. The Tools tab allows you to import or enter settings in the plugin and export or get output from plugin settings in backup mode. Export settings. Using this option, you can make an output copy of the settings that we applied together in this tutorial to implement quickly in another site or when you disable the plugin and again, after a while, you want to use the plugin again. Import settings. After you have made an output version of your settings, just use this section to import the settings of the WordPress Rocket plugin. Roll back. If you face problems after updating the plugin to newer versions, you can go back to older versions through this option.